Hello everyone, this is Chrism, and I'd like to have another conversation with you about your Kundalini awakening process, your entry into enlightenment while still having a physical body. In this conversation, I would like to discuss what the animals in our lives, our pets and our wild creatures that come into our life. The great naturalist John Muir would refer to them as fellow mortals, and I like that reference. So all of these beautiful, beautiful expressions of divine creation that are not human, I'll refer to as a fellow mortal, just like John Muir would. During the Kundalini awakening process, you'll attract many, many, many creatures to you, both seen and unseen. The seen creatures will commonly correspond with the indicator species of Kundalini awakening. Indicator species being a snake, a spider, a wolf, a dog, a cat, large cat or small cat, crickets, bees, praying mantises, fish, whales, dolphins, birds, eagles, condors. These are these are some of the indicator species that will, when I mean indicator is you'll see them around you in your dreams. You'll see visions, waking visions of them interacting with you in your daily waking life. Okay. These indicator species are typically the top of their particular food chain. Interestingly enough, they're the top of that pyramid, just like Kundalini is the top of the spiritual pyramid for people. Yes, I know some of the gurus and teachers will say, oh, no. Kundalini is not the top of the pyramid. My gosh, what are you saying? I am the top of the... They won't all say that either. But they will say, there are people that will have a difference of opinion with me. To me, the bridge in the divine is the last expression of experiential living that a person will experience. But you may come back and have more and more Kundalini infusion depending upon your karma and how your infusion went this first time. Back to the animals, you will attract these animals to you in your real waking life. A cat may just come up to you and befriend you and start rubbing next to you. And I want to encourage you to return that love. And if that love turns into a lasting friendship, then I encourage you to do that. That happened to me. And I had a cat come to me inside of a warehouse in an industrialized portion of Santa Rosa, where I had an office at the time. And, she came into this warehouse where there were, we didn't have any cats out there. There's like, they get killed, they get run over or something like that. So this cat came in, and I immediately recognized the Kundalini signature and emanation coming off of this little one. And I honored that friendship. I honored that relationship. And it has been a very, very, very good relationship. Okay. Even through getting barf in the shoes and whatnot. It's been she's very Kundalini responsive. And you may have this with dogs or cats or hummingbirds or dragonflies or any of them. I've had snakes curl up on my feet. Just curl up on the feet as I'm standing in the garden, because they know that they're safe there. I've had spiders. I've had wasps are another one. The wasp is an amazing conduit for Kundalini consciousness. They do not always sting you. They only, many of them will just sting you if you really, really go out of your way to aggravate them. You really got to work at it. Okay. The wasps that I'm referring to that I have a special relationship with are the some of the yellow jackets, and the paper wasps. I don't know their Latin names, but they have an incredibly complex and very telepathic quality of communication, and I've learned many things from them. They offer you many teachings. The one that happened most recently is I was in an internet cafe answering questions, and they had the door open and there were wasps all over the window, and instead of, you know, they were going to come out and kill them with a fly swatter, you know, which doesn't always work. But I got a styrofoam cup and a lid, and you know, I would kind of trap them on the window and try to close it up before they got away. And this turned out to be a little more traumatic for the wasp than I would intend, or that they were enjoying. And one wasp, I basically got the information from one wasp not to do it that way. Just offer them the lip of the cup and let them crawl in on their own, which they did. And then I let them out the door. It was great. I did that 6 or 7 times. You know, so... And how would you relate that to a Kundalini teaching? You don't force things on people. You allow them to have an option. You allow them to have a choice. And that includes the fellow mortals. Even when you act in authentic grace and kindness, there is a certain protocol behind that interaction that relies heavily on consideration for their comfort. Not your comfort, not the comfort of other customers in the cafe, but for the comfort of the fellow mortal that you're working with. Okay? These fellow mortals will come to you in your dreams, as I mentioned earlier. And that corresponding animal may also come to you in your waking life. Honor all life as this occurs for you. As you can see behind me over here, you'll see pictures of herons. It's very unusual, you know. One night, a period of months ago, we had a baby heron of the bittern family decide to pay us a visit out of nowhere in almost the middle of the night. This heron comes and lands at the doorway of the house. Interesting. The doorway of the house that I have a trailer behind. And I knew immediately this was a Kundalini sign. This is a sign from the Shakti. And it also corresponded with the arrival of one of the Kundalini students that is staying here at the ashram. So I also knew that it was a message for that individual. And so that bird was taken care of and fed and housed safely for the night, and then released into its natural environment, away from the traffic and power lines and whatever that happened here in Santa Rosa. And that individual, that person, that student came, you know, was there upon its release and participated in that release. And you notice I keep saying the word release. Okay. And that person, you know, had some very strong blissful periods of release as we were walking back to the vehicle after that. Okay. Most of the time, these fellow mortals are harbingers or messengers of divine wisdom and grace that will greatly help us and assist us and accelerate us on our Kundalini path. And I want you to pay very close attention to them. I do not want you to kill them. Do not step on the bug. Do not spray the spiders. Do not kill the bees or the wasps. Do not, you know, run for the shotgun when you see a snake cross the path. Do not kill the cats. Do not kill the dogs. Don't kill anything without an express directive to do so, your safety or the safety of others. Okay? Respect the life and the life forms around you. Thank you for listening and watching.